Welcome back to Knobs Pod, guys. It's Nail Order Bite Size, and we are doing part 2 of things that scare us in the nail industry. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling much more awake. I feel like in the last week's episode, I was falling asleep here in my little cocoon.
I need to fix myself.
I need to drink my monster.
Oh.
How we have viewers, I'll never know.
I'm sorry, everyone. Right, let me just. Oh,
So where were we?
we were talking about things that scare us in the nail industry.
Lots of things scare us in the nail industry. Let's get that clear. What's that girl from TikTok? Do you remember? It was like a couple months ago, and she comes up to the girls wearing the sunglasses, and she goes, "What was it she said?"
I don't know.
She just started speaking in like in riddles. She was like, "So you think you're something?" She took the sunglasses off them, and the two girls were. It was like in a Target in America.
Oh yeah, I know exactly
did
the
she
thing you're talking
say?
about, and lots of people have done like parodies of it. Yeah. She starts talking them all political and shit.
That's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
So, the question of the week was, what are things that scare you in the nail industry? And here are some of the answers. So, number 1, taking on new clients that aren't your family and friends.
Mm-hmm. That is actually very scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Terrifying.
Scared to bring in new people that you aren't familiar with or don't know. Absolutely. But once you do one, it becomes super easy.
How did you cope with your first time doing a client that wasn't a friend or a family
No,
member?
I panicked, was sweating, didn't want it, nearly cancelled it. Not good.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
I was the same. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, I'm not a sociable person. Like, I was such an introvert
Yeah.
before. Well, I still am, but now I can put it on.
Your first client, would it have been in your house?
My first client that wasn't a friend or family, yeah, it was when I was in my house working from home.
I feel like that gives like an added element of stress.
Yeah, for sure. Because then you're like, oh my God, are they going to judge what my bedroom looks like?
Yeah, and they know where I live.
Yeah. I have to give this person my address. It wasn't as bad in the salon, but I remember my first client and the first salon I ever worked in being equally as stressful because it's like a whole new environment.
Yeah.
So
Change is hard, but it does get easier as you go along. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any nail techs.
yeah, that is really scary.
Another one is judgment from other people in the nail industry.
Yeah. Because people can be very mean.
Yeah,
I mean, there's lots of nice people, but
yeah. Don't be scared to do your thing, girl.
it's just about learning to not care, really, isn't it? If
Yeah.
there are people that are judging you, it's that whole theory, the let them theory.
Let them.
Yeah, I mean, people will think what they think. Let them.
Yeah.
As long as you're not an asshole, why do you care?
Am I the asshole?
Oh, we should do that for the next episode. Again, I love those episodes.
I love those episodes too. But the truth, the fact of the matter is, there's not that many "Am I the asshole?" nail tech stories
I know.
out there.
Guys, please help us.
Mentally.
Mentally and with pod ideas.
What was your next point?
Okay, so things that scare me in the nail industry. Let me just sit back and get comfortable for this one. It's a little bit controversial. You know, we love a bit of controversy.
Is it?
Yeah. I can't really see anything though. Hold on. Oh, there you are.
You're a ghost. You don't need to see.
Oh yes, you're right. How silly of me. So one thing that scares me in the nail industry is certain Facebook groups.
Oh.
And it's one of those things where I'm not going to say much, like, you know, if you know, you know. Sometimes on certain Facebook groups you see a lot of scaremongering, particularly around allergies, where someone will post a picture in of something and automatically everyone's like, yep, that's an allergy, send them to the GP, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's quite clearly just a greenie. Or that's quite clearly just a bit of onycholysis. You know, you're really scaring people.
Yeah, scaring people, scaring nail techs, scaring clients.
General misinformation as well you can find on these pages, especially.
Is it coming from like admins of the group, or is it coming from just like
Yes.
people in general in the group?
Admins in the group that foster that kind of community where the community then also participates in the misinformation.
But why would you like want? What's the point?
It's funny because Saphira doesn't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
But a lot of
You can show me
viewers-
after.
Yeah, I'll show you after. But a lot of our viewers will know exactly what we're talking about. And
Actually,
if you do know, don't comment it below because we don't want to get cancelled. But if you know, you know.
it's really concerning because, like, to me, like, if something comes into our Facebook group that looks kind of concerning to me, I need to expand my vocabulary. If I see something that looks particularly, I don't know, distressing, or I'm actually worried that that could be an allergy or something like that, I will consult like 3 other people on it first before I give my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go right in there and be like, yeah, 100%, this is fact and ba-doom,
Ba-doom.
um.
I actually have a rule on the Facebook group where we don't allow misinformation or scaremongering. So if I see someone like actively putting wrong advice on there, like incorrect advice, it will get deleted because that goes against the community rules.
Oh. I will say I've never come across that on our group though.
No, neither have I. And it's funny that, isn't it? Because we don't foster that type of community.
Yeah, I've never had to.
If
No,
you're looking,
I've never declined a post before.
no, if you're looking for a new Facebook group to join the Nail Order Tips and Advice group. And another thing as well, I see on a lot of these another thing I see on some of these Facebook groups is quite terrifying. The secondhand selling of gel products
Oh,
that have been used.
listen. Sometimes that's what people have to do, but
I know.
this is something that I always say to anyone that's telling me that they're going to buy them secondhand is you don't know how long they've been open for.
Mhm.
Those gel products could have, for all you know, have been used like 2 years ago and have been sitting on a shelf. And then you're like going to use this old grotty product.
It's the not knowing that is what's scary.
The unknown.
See, if I was just a nail tech and I know that the tech across the road from me is selling her old stuff and she's a great tech, you've had services done by her, you know she's a clean person, she knows what a contraindication is, she wouldn't have used the products on someone that had a contraindication, blah, 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 blah. You know she's hygienic, all the rest. Okay, sure. On a Facebook group where you don't know anyone, you don't know what their practices are, you don't know how much is left in the bottle, if they could be lying to you, you don't know if they're making a quick buck. That's something I've seen people selling things that they've paid less for. You know, maybe on a sale or something.
Forward sale of things that they also bought on Vinted.
Yeah, like you don't know if they've bought that secondhand. It's just a bit of a health and safety risk, and to me, I wouldn't personally do it. Whilst I have bought and sold things secondhand, it's more a case of like, okay, I'm selling it because I know I'm a trustworthy person and I've been hygienic and blah, blah, blah. But like,
yeah, you don't know.
the other person, the other end doesn't know that I'm like that. So it is sort of risky and scary. I know it's kind of rich coming from me because I've done it, but also like,
I feel like everything on this podcast, we're like, don't do it, but I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's like, it's do the same, not as I do.
But you learn from your mistakes.
it's because I've seen it from the perspective of we've had customers come and troubleshoot with us, and I've seen their setup, and like sometimes it is grotty, like it's embarrassingly grotty, or sometimes people will return things to us, and it is grotty.
The state of it is so bad. Yeah,
like you don't even want to touch it because it's that disgusting, and like to think that. Like, I would never sell that on to someone, but to think that this person returned it thinking that that was in sellable condition is scary. Like, terrifying.
Can I ask?
Yeah?
What is what is it that we recommend? How often you should be changing your lamp?
Your lamp?
Mm-hmm.
Well, until it's not working anymore, really.
What is the average lifespan of a lamp? Do you know?
Well, I guess one of ours, say like a Lumi lamp or a Lumi Spark, would be about 2 years probably.
Yeah.
Obviously, it depends on how much you're using it, but on average, you would get about 2 years out of that, I would say at least.
Should you buy a second-hand lamp?
I mean, that depends.
I think it depends.
it depends who you buying it from.
Yeah, you wouldn't trust someone on Vinted for sure. But if it was like, I guess if it was secondhand, like from a company.
Do you accept that if you buy a secondhand lamp from someone on Vinted that the warranty is then invalid?
Yeah.
Do you accept that if you buy it secondhand from someone on Vinted that it may not be in working condition? Do you accept that it might come to you in a very grotty, unclean condition? Do you accept that all of these risks that come with that?
Yeah. If you're gonna spend the money, I feel like rather than buying it like on Vinted, you'd be better off like taking advantage of like a deal or a sale
Yeah.
and saving your money for then, like, I don't know, like Black Friday, for instance.
Yeah. Will that thing that I've came up with be out by the time this podcast is released? I think it might.
Oh, it will be. Wait, we have the answer.
Oh, I just came up with a solution.
We have the answer to all of your problems.
So that's why Saphira was asking me that question. She was alluding to, should you buy a secondhand lamp? So obviously the lamp is like the biggest barrier to entry, as we said on the last podcast, for buying gel products. So we came up with a scheme where it's like a trade-in scheme. So you know how you can trade in your old phone for a new phone? What we'll do with those old phones is they'll refurbish them. So I was like, why don't we do that with our lamps? So if you have a Lumi Spark lamp, which is our cheaper corded, more affordable version of the Lumi lamp, you can now trade that in if it meets all the certain criteria like we discussed, like it's clean and working condition, it's within a year of purchase. Return that to us. So you buy the Lumi lamp under a specific listing, that comes a return slip. You trade that in for £89. You get a brand new Lumi lamp, and then we will refurbish that lamp that you've sent back to us. We'll give it a brand new base, a brand new power cord. We'll obviously do all the checks to make sure it's in working condition, and we will resell that to people as a refurbished model for just £69. So that's going to be your way to buy a cheaper alternative lamp and use our system safely.
Yeah. What's good about that is it's coming back to somewhere that we can check that it's in working order, that we can clean it up for you, and it'll be nice.
Yeah. Whereas you don't have the ability to do all those checks if you're just buying it randomly secondhand from someone else. And also, we're giving you that warranty with it as well for 3
Plus,
months.
like the new base and yeah, it'll be
like
good.
it's got the hygiene sticker and all that on it, and it's going to be properly cleaned and stuff.
Very exciting. Really, it was such a great idea.
Thank
I'm really
you.
excited about that.
I hope you guys like it. Let us know in the comments what you think of the new upgrade scheme and the new refurbishment lamps. I think it's a good eco-friendly way to get the lamps in reused.
And and into people's hands so that they can try our system properly.
Yeah.
My stomach is rumbling.
I know, mine too.
I can't wait for my noodles.
We do digress though, so we're talking about things that scare us, okay? So that was one thing that I had to say about the Facebook groups. And again, it's just one of those things.
I forgot that's where we were. Facebook groups.
If you know, you know. I mean, so, you know, what's that saying? A broken clock is right twice a day. There's a lot of parts of these groups that have done well for the community where they will put out correct information. And they are also like really avid encouragers of proper usage of gel products and correct lamps of systems and stuff, you know. That's what I'm saying. It's a broken clock's right twice a day. But I feel like the scaremongering and the misinformation far outweighs, or even just the pure bitchiness of people on there, it far outweighs all the positives that they have about the groups.
Agree.
And yeah, there's some other things that rub me the wrong way, but I'll just keep that to myself. Anyway.
She's a sassy little ghost.
Okay, my next point is, I've just put here as a all-rounder, right? But I will go into more specifics. Dodgy gel formulas.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm having one of those episodes again where my thing's not sitting right. Yeah, so I
You've got like a hole above your glasses. Yeah, on the left side. Yeah.
Oh, that's meant to be my eye hole.
What?
Do you know what? Can I just for right now, because I'm having a moment where I'm feeling overstimulated.
It's fine, take off your sunnies.
Okay, feels much better.
I feel so formal now.
Okay.
Dodgy gel formulas in the sense of...
Okay. I'm glad that you asked, right? So when a brand buys a sort of white label product, I just feel like it's a bit dodgy, because that to me tells me that you don't care what's in it and you're just wanting to make a quick buck, and you don't really care about like nail health or the chemistry of what's in your products. And
What do you mean by white label?
so a white label product is something that's just off the shelf. For example, I could go to China and buy a white label gel product and stick my brand logo on it
Yeah.
and sell it right now to you for a mere price of £3.
Yeah.
Cheap, usually. So it's the cheapest way to do it. It's not what we do here at Nail Order. Like Becca was studying different manufacturers and different formulas for a long, long time before she finally decided on a manufacturer she was happy with and wanted to go with ones that she could have input on what goes in the formula and what doesn't go in the formula.
I think if you can take, like, if you know one thing about Becca, it's 100% that she cares so much about. She's so passionate about the products.
Yeah, she does.
You
cares.
can tell, like, from a mile away.
So it's like, are you purchasing from someone who's a brand owner that you feel cares, or do you feel like they're just trying to make money? Obviously, everybody is trying to make money. That's why we're all working. That's why we work here. We're trying to make money. But we do have a moral compass at the end of it all. Like, we would never do anything that would harm anyone, or do anything we knew that was intentionally harming someone.
Yeah, never.
For example, I know that when Becca's doing her research into formulas and stuff, I know that she is very cautious of things that people are looking for. So a lot of things people look for in our gel formula nowadays is that they want something that's made in the EU or like the UK or even the USA, because of the regulations that are stricter here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As opposed to China, for example. With that, again, it's came from a place of a lot of misinformation where people have been told that formulas in China are causing allergies.
Yeah,
I know for a fact that
it's easy to point.
Yeah, that is
finger.
misinformation that I see going around on Facebook groups a lot. That's not the case. It's like, where something's made doesn't make it a bad or good formula. It's what's in the formula that makes it bad or good. To me, that's just common sense, but apparently not. No shade.
All tea, no shade.
All tea, no shade. So yeah, there's like certain things that she's cautious about. So despite knowing that, we know that the general market is craving stuff that is US, UK, EU made. So that's where we have majority of our gels made. I think we have one gel that's made in China. I think it's X gel.
That's right.
So
correct.
If you don't want a made in China gel, then don't use that. Use Ultima instead. That's EU made, but again,
they're like the same. They're the same.
Yeah, they're different formulas, but like X gel has HEMA, but it's only like 8%, which is very low. The legal limit, for example, is 35%.
Yeah, we do say to use Ultima if you want a HEMA-free alternative.
Yeah, like if that matters to you, then go ahead, use it. But it's just about having that option there for people because we like to be inclusive. So yeah, like she's very much aware of all these things. That's why we have -4 options. That's why we have HEMA-free options. We're very cautious not to use high amounts of allergenic things, properties like HEMA, HPMA, and that such like. I know that there's certain ingredients that she tries to actively avoid. For example, like acrylic acid and methacrylic acid. I was actually just speaking to her about this earlier. So like everybody's scared of HEMA and scared of like, allergies. HEMA is the devil. But like they do forget there's other things out there that I would argue are a bit scarier than like HEMA. I mean, none of them are scary, right? They're not scary, but it just does baffle me sometimes how it's like, why are you scared of that thing and not the other thing?
But it's just because people don't know about the other things. It's because these things like HEMA have been brought to our attention like so massively from sometimes brands using it as like a marketing technique.
Yeah, Exactly. Like
We will say things are HEMA free, but it's not what we're like shoving down everyone's throats. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not something that we use as a marketing technique. I'd say it's definitely something that we like to highlight in our products because it's what people are looking for, but it's not necessarily like.
We also have products that do have HEMA in them though.
Yeah, we do.
And there's nothing wrong with it. We don't want to ever demonize something, but you do need to be cautious like how much of it is in the product and
Yeah.
how are you recommending that product be used, and be aware of what it does and why people are scared of it. Like
If you're using the products correctly, there shouldn't be a problem.
exactly. And that's what it comes down to, because they're skin sensitizers. Well, HEMA is a skin sensitizer. So I've actually wrote this down just to fact check myself. Okay, so
Get
HEMA
your glasses on.
HEMA is like a skin sensitizer, but it's more of an like irritant. So if that got on your skin, it would cause irritation. And a lot of times what we've seen is that overexposure to it on the skin for prolonged periods of time can cause adverse reactions and stuff. However, something like methacrylic acid or acrylic acid, which is something that Becca will actively avoid putting in formulas because she's a wee bit more like dubious about it, I suppose, is because that is classed in a category 1A, which is a skin corrosive. So there's a lot of debate in the industry about whether or not that should be used in nail products.
Is it something that you typically find?
You would find it in an acid primer.
Mm.
Some you would find it in gel products as well. Some brands do have it in their gel products, and it's not like we're trying to say like, oh, that's bad, be scared of that. We're not out here scaremongering,
Just
but
something
it's
that
just,
you're cautious of.
yeah, just like be cautious of it, I suppose, and like making sure that if it does contain that product, you're absolutely not getting it on the skin because it's a skin corrosive. It's not even an irritant, it's a corrosive. So what was the thing that I wrote down that was written about it? Methacrylic and acrylic acid. Skin corrosive comprised of chemicals that cause destruction of skin tissue, namely visible necrosis through the epidermis and into the dermis, in at least one tested animal after exposure for under 4 hours.
Wow.
Necrosis.
See, that to me is scary.
I know.
Compared to like when you
when
you compare it to TPO.
Yeah, everyone's scared of TPO, and it's like, right, but I think it's just from a place of like, you don't really understand, because I didn't understand this. I didn't understand any of this until I started working here.
Yeah.
That they're like, if you're going to choose to be scared of something, don't make it TPO. You know what I mean?
TPO
There's nothing wrong with
It
TPO.
actually makes me annoyed now.
But that's
more
because
than
brands
anything.
have scaremongered people
Yeah,
into
because
thinking.
it's such an easy thing to do. Like jump on, like no, it's terrifying, and it comes up like no, we just would never do that.
We're TPO free. We've never used TPO. We care about people's nail health. Shop with us instead. We're safe. La 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 la.
La
Like,
la la.
la la la. Shut up. Yeah, like there's just certain things that we just actively try to avoid. People ask us all the time if we'll do an acid primer, and like I just feel like the answer is no. We don't need it. We just don't need it. It's like, God forbid it gets in your skin. Like with a primer, it's much easier to get that on your skin. If it's got those corrosive elements, you're in trouble. And I know a lot of brands will recommend to use it, and that's fine. And if you use it, don't be scared of using it. Just be cautious when you're using
careful.
it. Remember, these products are professional only for a reason, so don't be willy-nilly about it when you're using like acid primers and stuff.
On that point, something else that's really, really, really so scary to me is brands that sell professional products to the general public.
Yeah, and imagine someone who wasn't a professional had one of these corrosive products in their hand. Well, not okay, I feel like I'm making that out to be
Corrosive,
but like these irritant products. So it's illegal to sell products that have HEMA or dihema to the general public.
It's also like there's many other things. Like for instance, our acrylic powder.
Yeah, it's professional only.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's marked as professional only, you shouldn't be selling it to the general public. That is the rule of thumb.
Yeah,
however, people get away with it all the time.
Yeah. For professional use only indicates that you need a certain level of understanding to use those products. So
yeah,
selling them to the general public willy-nilly, to me says, I don't care.
Yep. Irresponsible business practice.
It's so scary. And if I was to like go back in time 9 months ago, say I wasn't working here, and I could buy these professional products from like, I don't know, TikTok or something, and I started using them, I wouldn't think twice. Like, I don't really need to train in this because why should I if I'm able to like easily access it?
Yeah.
So it's not even on the consumer. It's not their fault.
No, totally not. I used to do it myself. I used to use gels all the time that I just bought on Amazon.
Because you don't think that there's any associated risk. Because why would you be able to buy them?
Yeah. Why would I be able to buy this if it was so dangerous?
And
And that's what we're
absolutely
saying. It's not that hemp products with HEMA or dihema in them are bad.
improper use.
It's improper use. Yeah, exactly. Like we sell these products, but we specifically only sell them to professionals to shop on our website to buy these products. Even our -4 products. You have to have a certificate to sign up. You don't just go on and tick a box and say, yeah, I'm professional, because anyone can do that. You have to sign up. And that's something that we pride ourselves on because that should be standard practice in the industry. But what's scary is it's actually not. If you go into a lot of websites for gels in the industry, you don't really need a sign up certificate to buy them.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah. So anybody could be getting a hold of it, and
you don't even need to go on websites. You can go waltz into Boots right now and get an at-home kit on their Christmas 3 for 2 offer, which is absolutely terrifying to me. I seen it the other day and I was like,
yeah.
No.
TikTok shop as well. I can buy so much gel on TikTok shop.
Not good.
Yeah, I just feel like if you're seeing a brand selling gel on TikTok shop, and it's professional only products, they don't care about their customers' health at the end of the day.
Yeah, maybe that, or maybe a bit of naivety.
Or they just don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, do you want to be buying from someone that doesn't know the risks of these things? Because that's like, well, do you know what's in your products? Do you know about the chemistry?
If you're like worried about losing out on the money, then by all means go and formulate something that's safe for general use.
I know, like no one asked you to do that.
Yeah.
You don't need to. There's plenty of people that are doing it properly. Like no one asked you to come and do it badly.
All tea, all shade.
That is all tea, all shade. And also, a big thing that scares me as well is if a brand doesn't have or won't provide when asked for an SDS.
Yeah, that's wild to me. Mm-hmm. I'll be speaking to people and they'll be like, but my old brand didn't have this. And I'm like, why not?
We have them readily available on the website because we are just firm believers that you should have that readily available, because if something happens and you need to know what's in your products, you shouldn't need to go and ask for it and wait for an email response for like 3 to 5 working days. You should be able to have that answer at hand. You're the one using the products.
I will say to anyone listening just now, if you don't already have your SDS sheets handy or available to you, or like on your phone, on a Google Drive, or in documentation form in your salon, go and do it. Just have it on hand. There's no harm in like being prepared.
Why?
I just feel like coming from like somewhere like the Chippy where I worked, where you need to have these things on hand in case something does happen, it protects yourself.
Interesting. I suppose maybe if it was another brand, but I feel like with ours, like it's just so easily accessible that you wouldn't need to have them all printed out.
Yeah, I suppose so. But because it's so easily accessible, why not just have it?
Anyway, Saphira started talking shite, guys. Sorry.
Sorry.
What was my other point? Oh yeah, so not only is it scary if a brand won't provide an SDS, but then it kind of makes you think like, what are they hiding? You know, like if they won't give it to you when you request it, which that I'm pretty sure like that's a legal.
Yeah, it's
obligation.
A legal requirement, I'm sure.
If like a customer is asking you to provide the safety data sheet for a product that they've purchased from you, or it just in general, if they ask you for it, you don't even need to have purchased it. You have to provide that to them.
You do.
So if they're like, nah, bro, what you hiding? Is it because? For me, it would be because of two things, which are equally scary. Is it because you're concerned about the ingredients that are in there, or the amount of ingredients that are in there, like percentage wise?
Yeah.
Like, is it over the legal percentage, or are you using lots of allergenic things in combinations with each other with high percentages? Are you embarrassed by that? You don't want to show people? Or are you telling people to incorrectly use your products and what you're saying doesn't match what's on the SDS?
Oh.
That's the two reasons I can only think of why a brand wouldn't provide you with such information. I actually remember a customer saying to me before that she requested an SDS from the brand that she used, and they said to her, no, we can't give you it. And she was like fighting for it. She went, okay. And the brand said, okay, fine, we'll give you it as a gesture of goodwill, but we don't have to do this. And it's like,
but like, if
that's one
even
way
if
to
it
lose a
wasn't a
customer.
legal requirement, like, why would you not just give it over?
I know. I need to look into that if it is a legal requirement. I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And
that's why it exists, surely.
You shouldn't really need to worry about like what's in your SDS. Like, that's really alarming.
Yeah. Like, what use is an SDS
What
if
if
people
they
can't look at it?
What if it's worse? What if they just don't have one because they don't know?
Yeah, and that's the other thing. That's the third option, really, isn't it? There isn't one.
That's so bad.
And then it's just like no ingredients, no compliance, nothing.
That's terrifying.
The last thing I have here that terrifies me, see with all this TPO talk and with the, oh, it's bad for you, scaremongering and stuff, like I understand why they've took it off the market, because they found that in a study of rats, a large amount was fed to them, and like some of the male rats became, their fertility became compromised. See, to me, what's the scariest thing of all is the animal testing.
Yeah, I know.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's so unnecessary. That I've said that like from the beginning. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know what possesses them to feed these rats such high quantities.
Someone was like compulsed to be like, I'm gonna feed rats like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of TPO. Like it's sickening.
That is terrifying, isn't it? Why are they doing that? Like, there surely needs to be some regulations for animal testing and science.
100%.
There's no need for it. I think we're advanced enough as a society where we don't need to be feeding rats thousands of TPO every day.
Yeah, it's wrong. I think you're right about the regulation thing. Like, someone needs to be held accountable for experiments like that.
Yeah, like
what do you gain? I don't quite understand. I still don't understand the whole thing, because to me it doesn't say TPO.
Yeah, because the amount that they fed those rats doesn't equate to the amount that would be on your nail at the end of it all. Yeah, that's you're not even ingesting it. So like, if it's for a completely different purpose, then why does it need to be banned? I think it's just very, very.
I think loads of nail techs will resonate with that, because they have done the research and looked into it, and they also are stumped.
Yeah. And like, even scientists are stumped by it. Like, I know that I've seen a lot of Doug Shoon's posts on it, who's like a renowned scientist in the industry. And he's equally as dumbfounded, just like, why? Like, why are they doing this to nail technicians?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. The science doesn't add up. It's scary.
Very, very scary. Do you have any more points in your book of wisdom?
I'm done.
Honestly, we could do probably a full other episode on this.
I know. I feel like that as well.
There's so many scary things that like we haven't even gotten into.
I hope you guys liked that.
2 episodes worth of things we're scared of. We're big scaredy cats.
Yeah, I feel like I got a lot off my chest in that episode. So yeah,
cancelled.
What are we doing next week?
Forgotten. Well, next week there's one more day of Halloween episodes.
I think we said we were going to do something else spooky, but I can't remember what it was.
No, I can't remember either, so I guess
it's in my notes somewhere.
I guess you guys will just need to tune in next week.
It's a surprise episode. And we'll have one last costume before we go.
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to be. I can't take the pressure of it.
We're going to be cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we just spoiled it. Beep that. Anyway.
I hope that you guys are going to tune in on Friday this week, where Laura is hosting... this week. That Laura is hosting an all-day TikTok live... not TikTok, sorry, Instagram live.
It's a trick-or-treat Instagram live.
She's bringing a nice live for everyone on Instagram, because lots of people have been asking for us to do an Instagram live. And she's coming with some spectacular savings.
Spectacular.
So you guys can join us on Friday, and then the Friday after we're gonna have another special live. So stay tuned.
Another one.
And I hope that we see you guys there.
Thank you so much for joining us. Who are they going to tell about the podcast this week?
So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with who are those people that come and like they get rid of ghosts?
Ghostbusters!
No, not Ghostbusters. You know the people that come from the church?
Oh, an exorcist.
An exorcist. And share
Tell
with your
your
favorite
lo-
exorcist.
Tell your local exorcist. Ooh. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
we'll
you for
see
joining
next
us.
week.
Bye.
I really want to film some TikToks of us like this, like sitting at the nail desk getting our nails done and stuff.